The Ambassador's Orion log. Your life is a carefully constructed lie. To the galaxy, you are an ambassador, a diplomat for a species that has forgotten the sword. You speak of peace and trade. You attend functions with beings of 100 different worlds. You smile. You nod. You follow the script written for you by the Council. But here, in the silent dark, you are yourself. Here you are a watcher of the void. Your station is the Orion, a private listening post you commissioned years ago. The Council thinks it is a place for quiet reflection, a place to write your memoirs. They have no idea what it truly is. It is your sanctuary of star science. Its sensors are the most powerful ever built. They are aimed at a ghost, a dead star in a forgotten sector. The star is Kepler 186, a red dwarf that burned out millennia ago. Its 5 planets are now frozen husks. They drift in a silent, cosmic graveyard. No one looks here anymore. There is nothing to see, nothing but the slow death of a system. That is why you watch it. You have always been drawn to the quiet places, the places the galaxy has abandoned. You are calibrating the main receiver. The work is meditative. It calms the noise in your head, the noise of politics and empty words. Here, there is only the hum of the station and the faint hiss of the cosmic background. A song from the dawn of time. You trace a loose wire. You tighten a connection. Routine work for a quiet night. Then it happens. The hiss changes. A new sound emerges from the static. It is structured. It is not natural. A signal. Your blood runs cold. This is impossible. The star is dead. Its planets are lifeless. Nothing out there should be making a signal. You check the instruments. All systems are green. The Orion is not malfunctioning. The signal repeats. A short burst of complex sound. It is weak, so very weak. A whisper on the edge of hearing. But it is there, unmistakably artificial. You engage the primary filters. The background noise fades away. The signal becomes clearer. It has a rhythm, a cadence. It sounds like a language. Your heart hammers against your ribs. 1,000 explanations flash through your mind. A deep space probe from another species. A wandering vessel lost in the dark. A cosmic echo from a long-dead civilization. But the signal is live. It is happening right now, from a place where nothing lives. You reroute all power to the receiver array. The lights on the station dim. The life support systems hum a lower tune. Everything is now focused on that one patch of sky, on that impossible whisper. The signal strengthens. It resolves into patterns. You see them on your screen, intricate geometries of sound. And then the true impossibility occurs. The moment that will break your life in two. You understand it. The language pours into your mind, not through translation software. There is no such program for this. You understand it on a primal level, as if it were your own native tongue, a language you knew before you were born. The words are not words. They are concepts, feelings, warnings, a sense of immense age, a memory of light, a premonition of darkness. It feels like a forgotten dream, a dream you are suddenly remembering with perfect clarity. How can you know this language? This tongue of ghosts from a dead world. The signal speaks of a great darkness, a hunger that sleeps in the deep places. It warns of a cycle, an end that comes for all who shine. It begs for listeners, for anyone to remember, to prepare. This is not a greeting. It is a desperate plea, sent from a tomb. You stumble back from the console. Your hands are shaking. This is not a discovery. It is a haunting. You have found a ghost, and it has spoken to you in a forgotten language. the language of your own soul. The council will never believe this. They will call you mad. But you know what you heard. The galaxy is not as quiet as we think, and the dead have stories to tell. You spend the next cycle in a fever. The signal comes and goes. Faint whispers from the void. You record every fragment. You map its structure. You let the impossible words wash over you. The message becomes clearer. The warning more urgent. A horror is stirring. An ancient enemy we have forgotten. An enemy we once fought. You know you cannot keep this to yourself. This is too important. It changes everything we know about our place in the universe. It rewrites our history. And it may be the only thing that can save our future. With a heavy heart, you compile the data, the recordings, the spectral analysis, your own logs detailing the impossible translation. You package it all. You encrypt it. You send it to the one place you must, the one place you dread. You send it to the Council on Earth. You know what they will say. You know how they will react. But you have to try. A part of you hopes. Perhaps they will see the truth. Perhaps they will understand. That hope feels as faint as the signal itself. But it is all you have. You stand before the Earth Council, a grand chamber of polished stone and cold light. The air is still and heavy. The 12 counselors sit above you. Their faces are stern masks. They look down on you from their high seats. Their judgment already decided. The room is designed to make you feel small. Today, it is working perfectly. Your data is displayed on a massive screen behind them. The patterns of the ghost signal. The trajectory pointing to a dead star. Your own face is reflected in the polished floor. You look tired. You look like a man possessed by a strange idea. Not a good look for an ambassador. Counselor Valerius speaks first. His voice is smooth and sharp, like a blade wrapped in silk. He has been your adversary for years. He sees your passion for the stars as a weakness, a distraction from the proper business of diplomacy. Ambassador, he begins. The word sounds like an accusation. You have made an extraordinary claim. You meet his gaze. The claim is supported by the data. Your own voice sounds thin in the vast chamber. The signal is real. It is intelligent. And it is a warning. You keep your sentences short. You keep your tone even. You will not give them the satisfaction of seeing you break. Valerius gestures to the screen. A signal from a dead system. A language no one has ever heard. A language you, and only you, can understand. He lets the words hang in the air. The implication is clear. You are either a liar or a lunatic. You must admit how this sounds. I admit it sounds impossible, you reply. I felt the same way. But the evidence is there. The Orion's logs are unedited. The sensor readings are raw. You can verify every part of it. You lean forward slightly. We cannot afford to ignore this. A younger counselor, a woman named Elara, speaks up. She has a reputation for being more open-minded. The energy signature is peculiar, she says. It does not match any known propulsion or communication technology. She looks at you, not with scorn, but with curiosity. What do you believe it is, Ambassador? Before you can answer, Valerius cuts in. What he believes is irrelevant. His voice is like ice. What matters is a pattern of obsession. For years you have poured resources into your private station, staring at empty space. Now you bring us a ghost story, a convenient one, a story that puts you at the center of a galactic drama. The other counselors murmur. They are a cautious body. They fear risk. They fear anything that might disrupt the careful peace they have maintained for centuries. Your discovery is a meteor aimed at their tranquil pond. They would rather believe it is a trick of the light. This is not about me, you insist. This is about a potential threat, a threat our ancestors may have faced. The language, it felt familiar, like a memory. You know how this sounds. You can see it in their faces, the flicker of pity, the hardening of their resolve. Valerius stands up. The finality of the gesture silences the room. Your memory is a symptom of fatigue. Your signal is a sensor anomaly, an echo from a stellar flare 1,000 years ago, perhaps. Experts will find a rational explanation. He looks at you with a cold certainty. But it will not be your explanation. He continues. The council has reached a unanimous decision. He did not even need to call a vote. It was decided before you walked in. Your discovery is to be classified at the highest level. All data will be sealed. The Orion station will be placed under council authority, effective immediately. You feel the floor drop out from under you. They are not just burying your discovery. They are taking away your sanctuary, your only connection to the signal. You cannot do this, you whisper. We can. And we have. Valerius's eyes are devoid of empathy. Furthermore, you are to cease this line of inquiry. You are to speak of it to no one. You will return to your diplomatic duties. You will forget this obsession. His final words are a clear threat. Consider this your only warning, Ambassador. Do not make us give you another. The session is over. They rise and leave the chamber. They do not look at you again. You are dismissed. A problem that has been dealt with. You stand alone in the empty hall. The image of the signal still burns on the giant screen. A ghost that only you can see. They have given you their decree. A command to embrace ignorance. A demand to be blind. You know you cannot obey. The walk from the council chamber is a blur. The pristine corridors of power feel like a prison. Every person you pass seems to know. They avert their eyes. They give you a wide berth. News of a council rebuke travels faster than light. You are no longer a respected ambassador. You are a pariah, an eccentric who wasted the council's time. You end up in a quiet observation deck. The great curve of Earth hangs in the black outside. So peaceful, so unaware. The council's decree echoes in your mind. Cease, forget, obey. Every part of your being rebels against it. Forgetting that signal is not an option. It is a part of you now. To ignore it would be to ignore a piece of your own soul. You are staring at the distant moon when a voice startles you. A shame what they did. You turn. It is Lena, the chief engineer who oversaw the construction of the Orion. She's older now. Her hair is gray. Her face is a map of a life spent with machines. She's supposed to be retired. Lena, you say, your voice hoarse. What are you doing here? I still have friends in low places, she says with a wry smile. I heard the council clipped your wings and grounded your favorite bird. She steps closer. Her eyes are sharp and intelligent. I also saw the data before you sent it. The raw telemetry from the Orion, that was no sensor ghost. A spark of hope ignites in your chest. You believe me? I believe in good data, she states simply. And that data was very, very good. And very, very strange. She looks out at the stars. The council is run by politicians. They see risk. I am an engineer. I see a problem that needs to be solved. And a signal that needs an answer. She hands you a data chip, small and black. They haven't locked down the Orion's local servers yet. That takes time and paperwork. Bureaucracy can be your friend sometimes. You look at the chip. It's a full copy of all your data. Everything. A little insurance, she says, just in case. Before you can thank her, Another figure emerges from the shadows of the corridor. It is Jax, a young pilot in the diplomatic courier service. He is reckless, a bit of a hothead. But he is the best pilot you have ever seen. You had pulled some strings to keep him from being discharged after a particularly daring and unauthorized maneuver last year. He owes you. Heard you were looking for a new job, Ambassador, Jax says with a grin. He leans against the viewport, all casual confidence. The diplomatic corps is going to be pretty boring for you now. Thought you might be interested in something a little more independent. You look between the two of them, the veteran engineer and the hotshot pilot. What are you proposing? You ask, though you already know. The shape of a desperate plan is forming in your mind, a forbidden journey. Lena here tells me you have somewhere you need to be, Jax says. Somewhere the council doesn't want you to go. That sounds like my kind of trip. His grin widens. And I happen to know a ship. Fast. Quiet. The Nomad, your old courier vessel. Sitting in Dock 17. Decommissioned, officially. But Lena has kept her in flying shape, for old time's sake. Lena nods. The Nomad systems are non-standard. I made sure of it. She has a few surprises the council doesn't know about, including a prototype ghost drive. It can mask a ship's energy signature almost completely. Makes you a phantom, a secret allegiance, forged in the shadow of the council's denial. A handful of brave souls willing to defy a direct order. For what? For a ghost signal. For your obsession. You look at them. The engineer who trusts data over dogma. The pilot who craves adventure over safety. They are your only hope. It would be treason, you say quietly. The word tastes like ash. The council thinks ignorance is security. Lena replies, her voice firm. That's not treason, that's suicide. I'd rather be a traitor. I'm just in it for the ride, Jax adds with a shrug, and to pay back a debt. Besides, treason will look great on my resume. A little joke to cut the immense tension. You almost smile. You look down at the data chip in your hand, the copy of the ghost's warning. Then you look back out at the stars. Somewhere out there, in the cold and the dark, something is waiting. Something that must be understood. The council has made its decree. Now you must make yours. When can the Nomad be ready, you ask? Jax's grin becomes triumphant. She's ready now. The plan is simple. Deceptively so. A solar storm is rolling in from the sun. A big one. In 17 hours, it will hit the inner system. It will disrupt communications. It will scramble sensor grids. It will create a window of chaos. The perfect cover for a silent escape. Lena's idea. Of course. The next few hours are a whirlwind of secret activity. You are a ghost in your own life. You move through the station, collecting essential items. A change of clothes. Portable data storage. The terrible coffee from the mess hall that for some reason you will miss. You tell no one. You look no one in the eye. You are already gone. Lena is a phantom in the machine. She works from a hidden terminal in a forgotten maintenance shaft. She slices through firewalls. She reroutes power. She schedules a routine diagnostic for the Nomad in Dock 17. A diagnostic that will require the bay doors to be open. A diagnostic that will be overseen by a junior technician who is currently on a very generous, very anonymous shore leave. Jax is a shadow in the docking bay. He moves with a pilot's grace. He runs the Nomad's pre-flight checks. He loads the extra energy cells Lena diverted. He calibrates the navigation systems for a course he should not have. A course that leads directly into the deep, unmonitored space beyond the system's edge. He hums a tune as he works. The man feels no fear. or he hides it better than you do. You meet at the ship an hour before the storm is due. Docking Bay 17 is quiet. The Nomad rests in its cradle. It is a courier ship, sleek and small, not a vessel for a grand expedition. But it is fast, and it is invisible. It is enough. Lena is waiting at the ramp. She hands you a final data slate. The ghost drive is experimental, she warns. It will hide you from active scans. But it builds up a tremendous amount of heat. You can only run it for short bursts. Use it to get out of the system, then go cold and drift. We'll be careful, you promise. She places a hand on your arm. Her grip is surprisingly strong. You are doing the right thing, she says. Don't ever doubt that. Now go. Before someone notices the technician I sent on vacation is having too much fun. You and Jax board the Nomad. The cockpit is small, cramped, but it feels like a throne room. The seat molds to your form. The control panels light up at your touch. Jax straps himself into the pilot's seat. He cracks his knuckles. All right, he says, time to fly like I stole it. Because, well, we did. The solar storm hits. Alarms blare across the station. A red alert flashes on the bay's main screen. Emergency. All traffic hold. Solar flare imminent. This is it. Your window. Now, Jax, you say. He nods. His hands dance across the controls. The Nomad lifts silently from its cradle. No powerful thrusters, just a gentle push from the magnetic clamps. You drift out of the docking bay, a piece of debris caught in the solar wind. No one is watching. No one can. Their screens are a storm of static. You clear the station, the great bulk of humanity's orbital presence. You are one ship among thousands, but you are the only one moving. Jax is a master. He weaves through the frozen traffic. He uses orbital structures as cover. He is a whisper in a hurricane. Engaging ghost drive, he announces. His voice is calm, focused. This might feel a little weird. The ship shudders. The lights flicker. A low hum vibrates through the deck plates. Outside, nothing seems to change. But you know you are now invisible. A phantom. You have vanished from every sensor in the Sol system. You surge forward. The main drive kicks in with a silent burst of power. The ship leaps into the void. Earth shrinks behind you, a beautiful blue marble that now represents your past. Your abandoned life. Your treason. There is no turning back. You have committed to the obsession. The ship races toward the system's edge. The asteroid belt. The orbit of Jupiter. The distant gate that leads to interstellar space. Jax pilots with instinct. He pushes the Nomad to its limits. The ship groans in protest. The heat warnings for the ghost drive begin to flash. Almost there, Jax mutters. Sweat beads on his forehead. Just a little farther. You look out the main viewport, at the endless sea of stars ahead. You have escaped your prison, but you are heading into a much larger unknown. The signal from the dead star is your only map, a map that leads to a sleeping horror. For the first time, a sliver of doubt enters your mind. The Council's words echo. An obsession. A ghost story. Then you feel it. Through the ship's hull, a faint pulse, a whisper. The signal. It is stronger out here. Away from the noise of your home system. It calls to you. It welcomes you. It confirms your choice. You are not chasing a ghost. You are answering a call. The Nomad clears the final marker of Sol's territory. It slips into the true dark between the stars. You are free, and you are utterly alone. The ship vanishes into deep space. The first step on a forbidden journey has been taken. The silence that follows is immense, a profound quiet that holds both terror and promise.